Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and I am back for another quick iOS accessible app spotlight video. And this one's actually pretty darn helpful. I think it could be helpful for a lot of people. Just found out about it recently. I think it just recently came out as well. But we are looking at a app called Menus for All, and it basically tries to offer nearby restaurant menus or restaurant menus in general in an accessible format for blind and visually impaired users. And actually, it's really kind of a nice app to have because whether you're exploring your local neighborhood or maybe you're traveling somewhere and you want to see what restaurants are nearby, that is really handy because even if like, okay, yeah, you can go on the internet and try to look it up, or maybe the app itself has their own app, but again, your accessibility may vary. Like I can't tell you how many times I've gone and looked up a restaurant online only to find out they just slapped a JPEG of their print menu, so it's this useless picture. It's a useless graphic of their menu, and it's not readable by a screen reader whatsoever. And half the time, even OCR doesn't do a good job because it might be some weird font or just super low quality. So having an app like this is pretty handy. Now, up front, I will say this is a subscription-based app right now. So it's like $2.99 a month or about $30 per year, which, I know people aren't not necessarily a fan of paying for things, but hey, you know what? If this is something that you would use, you go out to eat a lot or you travel, um, just again, having this tool in your toolbox might be really helpful for you. I gave it a try. There is a free trial available, and you can do like I said, a monthly or a yearly subscription. So let's go ahead and open it up.
Menus for all.
Menus for all.
Please hold on. Menus for all. Menus for all
By
incorporated.
default, it drops
Loading.
you into your kind of local restaurant menu.
Loading.
So on the bottom, you've got
Tab bar. Selected. Near me restaurant search.
near me
Tab. 1 of 5.
restaurants,
Search. Tab. 2 of 5.
search,
Favored menus. Tab. 3 of
favorites,
5. Waiter alert light. Tab.
waiter
4 of
alert
5.
light. We'll get there in a moment.
More.
And
Tab.
then
5 of.
more. So your main thing that you're going to be probably wanting to do is see what restaurants are nearby. And one thing that I do like is that they are organized into headings. So you can either use your rotor, or I've even set up a custom voiceover gesture on my phone because I like to navigate by headings so much, whether it's Safari or in an app, where I can just take two fingers and flick right or flick left, and I can navigate forward or backward by heading. Very handy. So let's do that.
Heading not found.
Okay, let's go to the
100 menus
top here.
nearby. Head. Jamaican Caribbean cuisine. Heading.
We got Jamaica.
La Familia Tapatia. Heading.
I don't know what that means.
Max Fish and Chips.
I mean, I know
Heading.
it's a restaurant or whatever, but I have no idea actually how they say that or even what ethnic food it is.
La Familia Tape. Max Fish and Chips. Heading.
So let's say that I want Max Fish and Chips. Now I can flick to the right.
1330 Larpenteur app. 0.1 miles. Closed. Menu Max
Tells me
Fish and
they're
Chips
open or
button.
closed status. Let's go into the
Please
menu
hold
here.
menu Max Fish and Chip back to
And there
restaurant.
we've got our menu here.
Loading.
Now when I go up to the
Max Fish
top,
and Chips heading.
Max Fish and Chips, if I flick to the right once,
Favorite switch button on. Button.
there's a favorite icon there. And now I find this personally, the way it's worded, I find it a little bit misleading. I think it could be a little bit clearer because it says switch button on. To me, that almost seems like it's telling me that it's currently on. I think it should say like that because it's not favorited right now. It's off. It's telling you that if you hit it, it will switch it on. But I think it's ultimately a little bit confusing. I think it should tell the status of it currently, not what it not what it's going to do when you do double tap it. I think it should actually report the current status, in a word or two. So that's just my opinion, though. Then we have closed.
Restaurant info
We
heading.
got restaurant info. We got the
1330 collapse
address.
heading.
We've got the hours of operation.
Phone +1.
We've got our phone number.
Menu heading.
We've got our menu.
Tacos collapsed heading.
And the menu is basically you have different sections and you can open and close them. When you open them, the rest of the menu will just it'll drop down, And then you can just, like, if I were to double tap on, let's say
Baskets collapsed. Heading.
let's say I want
Heading.
baskets, I'll double tap that,
Baskets collapsed. Heading.
flick to the
Heading.
right.
12 baskets items.
There's 12
$8.75 to
baskets.
1. Number 1 COT. 1 piece cod. 1 half chips and slaw. Price $8.75.
Very clear, very good explanation, just simple.
2. Number 1 walleye. 1 piece walleye. 1 half chips and slaw. 3.
Now you get
Number
the
1 halibut.
idea. Now I could navigate to another heading here. Let's say, okay, I don't want baskets. Let's see what we got for other categories.
Sides collapsed. Heading. Heading.
So we got sides. Now the other thing before we go into the rest of the menu here, the one thing visually that I hope they do fix, because I'm low vision and it works really well with voiceover, but for some reason when you open up one of these sections of any menu, you get the items,
Page 3
but
of
if you
4.
scroll up and down the screen with your 3-finger flick up and down with voiceover here, look at this. You've got like your 12th item, and then you have literally a screen and a half of blank before you get to the next category. So really, you should like when you open it up, yeah, have your 12 items, but don't have like a screen and literally a screen and a half here.
Page 4 of
Look
4.
at that, full screen almost, and then you have
Sides collapsed. Heading. Heading.
your next menu category, sides. So I kind of hope that they fix that sort of, I don't know, I'm guessing it's just like a preset, like, oh, it should be this long or whatever. But having that more, leave a blank line or two, but not have so much empty space in between the categories. I think that would be really helpful and less confusing for especially low vision users. And I do like, by the way, that it is a dark background. It's very simple, very clean. There's not a lot of extra fluff. There's no extra like confusing information. It's just menus, and that's what it is.
Drinks collapsed. Heading.
So
The above content and pricing is owned by Mac. Drink. Sides collapsed.
let's say I
Heading.
want
Heading.
sides. I'll double
Sides
tap
collapsed.
that.
Heading. Head.
Flick
11
to the
sides
right.
items.
Okay,
95
11
cents to 1.
sides.
COD. 1 piece cod. 2.
Got some
Walleye. 1
cod.
piece walleye. Price
Got some
$6.75.
walleye.
3. Halibut.
Whatever. So I'm going to go all the way back up to the top here.
Page 1 of 6. Back to restaurant list. Button.
Upper left corner.
Return
Let's
to
go back
previous
to
screen.
the back, and then we'll.
1237 Larpin. Max Fish and Chips. Heading. Holiday. Heading. Underground Music Cafe. Sumo and Sma. Papa John's. Heading. The Original Mall Shop. Heading.
That is one of my favorite restaurants. We can pop in there here.
1.3 closed. Menu. The Original Mall Shop. Button. Please hold.
And this one is
loading.
It used to be called Snuffy's, but then they changed it. But it's a really good, like, you got, burgers and sandwiches and fries and just like malts and stuff. There's some really good malts that they have there. Cheese curds, yum. But again, it's the same. It's the same layout. You've got your favorites. This one I have favorited. And you've got your
deli and grill
contact. You got your categories here.
Deli and grilled sandwiches collapsed. Heading. Classic malts collapsed. Signature malts collapsed. Salads collapsed. Heading. Beverages collapsed. Skinny burgers collapsed. Heading. Side orders collapsed. Kids menu collapsed. Classic burgers collapsed. Heading.
Your classic burgers. So again, you just double tap on any of those, open them up, and read what's in them. I'm not going to go into really a lot of detail because again, it's really straightforward. It works really well. Let's see if the scrub gesture does not seem to work. That could be another little voiceover tweak that they could do. Rather than having to go all the way up, especially if you're looking at a long menu, maybe enabling the 2-finger scrub gesture for voiceover, so you don't have to go up and always click the back button if you don't want to. That could be a thing that they could add. But let's go back and
tab bar search tab 2
let's go to search.
Search by
so
restaurant
this is our new tab, or it's our second tab on the bottom.
To find your accessible menu, select one of the following search types, then fill in the search text field. Restaurant name search button. Menu item, search, button. Zip code or city, state, /prop, menu item, search, button.
Oh, so I could do like a menu item. I was craving calzones the other day. Let's try that.
Restaurant menu item, search,
so
button.
I'm going to do a menu item search.
Restaurant name, menu item, search, button. Zip code or city, state, /province.
And you can do a zip code or area or
menu, zip code or city, state,
zip code or city, state. Just for the heck of it, I actually tried pretty much thinking that nothing would be there, and I was totally right. Like where I grew up just absolute middle of nowhere. I mean, yes, there are restaurants, but I don't imagine that they would have any accessible menus. It seems to be more of an urban or suburban type of an app, and yeah, they didn't have anything from where I grew up, and I didn't expect them to. But
Menu item. Text field.
let's do a
Double tap
search
to
for some
menu item. Text
calzone,
field. C A L number Z O O N N E.
because I've been craving a calzone lately.
Search button. Please hold on. Menus for all incorporated. Logo. Image. Loading.
What do we get?
Loading.
Yeah, you're thinking.
Loading. Loading.
Come on, give me a
Loading.
calzone. You know you wanna.
Loading.
Oh, it's really thinking.
Loading.
Old Chicago
Loading.
should have them.
Loading.
Come on. So I don't know if
Loading.
this part of the app has been fully optimized
Loading.
yet.
Loading.
But you think it would be,
Loading.
hmm,
Loading. 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 Tab bar. Selected. Near me. Loading. Selected. Near me.
all right, so let's go.
Loading.
Oh, so,
Search. Tab. Loading. Search. Loading. Loading.
oh, it's still real.
Dock.
Oh, and then it
Phone.
crashed. Cool.
Menus for all.
Let's try that
Please
one
hold
more.
on. Menus for all. Menus for all incorporated. Loading.
Yeah, so there's still a little bit of,
Loading.
there are some stability issues here and there. I know when I go down to, and if the app developer watches this, like I said, I really like your app. It's a really great idea, and I think it will come in handy. If I go down
1230
to
page 2 of page 112 Caribou Coffee. The original Keys Cafe and Bakery. Pandlegar Keys Cafe and
Keys
Bakery. Heading.
Cafe, good breakfast there, my friends. I've tried going into this certain one here. Um,
1682 Lexington Ave in Roseville. MN 50.4 mile. Open. Menu Keys Cafe and
if I
Bakery.
go in
Button.
here,
Please hold.
it
Back
says
to
please hold,
1022
and it
8 menus
crashes
for
the
all.
app every
Double
single
tap to
time.
open.
I've never been able to go to this menu. You might want to take a look at that. I don't know really why, because I've gone into like a half a dozen other restaurants and the menus have always come up. But one of my favorite local restaurants, I would like to fully explore their menu, but I can't because the app closes or freezes or closes every single time.
Menus for all.
Let's try another
Please
search
hold
really
tab bar.
quick.
Search. Search. Tab.
Let's go
Search. Loading.
search.
Menu item. Search. Menu
We're
item.
going to do a
Search.
menu
Loading.
search,
Back menu item. Text
and I'm
field.
going to type in a
Double tap to
calzone
insertion.
again.
CALLZZOONNE. Search button. Please hold on. Menus for all incorporated. Logo. Image. Loading.
Oh, here we
Loading.
go.
616 Como at John's Pizza Cafe. Heading.
Ooh, John's Pizza Cafe. I don't know anything about that restaurant, but that could be good. Okay.
John's Pizza Cafe. Heading.
Another one.
The Italian Pie Shop. Heading.
Ooh, okay.
Macaluso's Roadhouse. The Italian Pie Shop. 1670 West Grand Ave, St. Paul. MN 50. Macaluso's Roadhouse. Heading.
One thing that would be, I don't know if they necessarily show. One thing that would be really handy to have is, in addition to their phone number, maybe their website as well, and another status in addition to open and closed, whether they deliver or not. Because there might be a restaurant where I want to, when I'm going there, I want to read the menu, but I may want to, like I said, I want somebody to deliver me maybe a couple calzones, or whatever, whatever I want them to deliver. Having near the, like, let's say I go to one of these
John's
here,
Pizza Cafe. Heading.
John's. I don't
Please
think
hold.
it tells you.
Back to restaurant list. Load. Restaurant
So
info. Heading.
restaurant info,
616 Como
got
Ave.
our
6 hours collapsed.
address,
Heading. 6 hours collapsed. Heading.
we got our hours.
Hours expanded. Monday, 11 a.m. Tuesday, 11 a.m.
Yeah,
Hours
so we got
expanded.
our hours.
Hours collapsed. Phone, +1.
We got our phone, but yeah, if they have a website, that would be good. And maybe right under where it says open or closed, have a status item that says whether delivery. Maybe have like three, or have it let you know of three things. Is it eat in, carry out, or delivery? Like any of those three things that restaurant would support. And I'm like, I know they're pulling this type of information in from probably some web database somewhere. So maybe they don't offer that kind of information, but if they do, or if they can get access to that information, that could be something that would be really helpful to know. But there you go. So let's see if it
Side
has.
items collapsed. Heading. Sweets collapsed. Side items collapsed. Sweets salads collapsed. Heading. Hoagies collapsed. Appetizers. Beverages collapsed. Calzone or pizza.
Ah,
Calzone or stromboli collapsed. Heading. Heading.
calzones, son. Here we
Calzone or
go.
stromboli. Calzone or stromboli expanded. Heading. Head. 2 calzone or stromboli items. 1. Calzone. John's fresh dough pocket stuffed with mozzarella and ricotta plus 2 toppings of your choice. Oven baked and brushed with John's garlic and herb butter. Served with marinara sauce.
Oh.
Additional toppings for an additional charge each. Price $13.99.
Ouch. Those should be big calzones but that sounds really freaking good right now. Yum.
2. SDROMBOLA, fresh dough pocket stuffed with mozzarella and John's sweet red sauce plus 2 toppings of your choice, baked and brushed with John's garlic and herb butter. Served with marinara sauce. Additional toppings for an additional
Oh, that
charge.
sounds so good. Yum. Anyway, there you go. That is the search. It worked that time.
Favorite menus.
We got
Tab
our
4.
favorites. So again, if you check any
4
one of
favorite
these,
menus.
I've added probably a good 3 or 4 to my menu here so
The
far.
Original Malt Shop.
So I've got Original Malt Shop.
Smash Burger. Heading.
Smash Burger. That is a really good local place. Tasty barbecue bacon burgers there, man.
KFC. Heading.
We got a KFC I put in there for the heck of it.
Famous Dave's. Heading.
Famous Dave's.
Heading not found.
And there you go. And I will definitely put keys in there once the app stops crashing and supports it. So there's your favorites. And it's just like your main screen. You can tap on the menu and go in and look at it. But that's just a quick way to access your favorites.
Selected. Favorite Waiter Alert Light. Tab.
Waiter
Show
Alert
flat.
Light.
Selected.
Now what
Waiter.
this is, I'll let it tell you.
Turn toggle button above on and hold the iPhone/iPad up above your head. So 8 staff will see your light and realize your table needs assistance.
So yeah, it's kind of a way, like, you don't know when a waiter or waitress is passing by your table. You just kind of hold it up and actually, I'm curious if I turn it on, will it be full brightness? I hope it's
Waiter
not
alert.
just
Switch button.
blinding.
On.
Oh yeah, that is really, really bright. I mean, you can't see it on the video, but yeah, it is very, very bright.
Waiter alert. Switch
So I
off.
hope it doesn't really, really annoy the only thing that I will say is I could see, especially with how bright it is, it could really annoy the other restaurant patrons, especially if you're tilting it at an angle. Maybe you have it above your head and you're accidentally tilting it down, and you got it pointing in some poor sap's eyes or something. So use that as discretion, but it's a neat feature. It's a. I guess I never even really thought of just using your phone that way. Just turn your flashlight on to get your waiter's attention. But yeah, that would work.
Tab bar. Selected. More. Tab.
And then your
5.
more.
Selected.
It's just got
more.
a few options here.
Background image of a couple enjoying a dinner out. Menus for all logo. Frequently asked questions.
Got an
Button.
FAQ.
Privacy policy. Link.
Privacy.
Accessibility policy. Link. Contact us. Link.
Contact.
Subscribe. Start $2.
And subscribe. You have like I said in the beginning of the video, a monthly subscription and a yearly subscription. And then they have a trial. So that is the Menus for All app. I think it's actually a very clean app. Like I said, the only couple things that I would maybe tweak a little bit is maybe the wording of that favorites button, that huge amount of blank space when you open up a category in a menu, and then adding, maybe if they can add those couple of things for whether they carry out, delivery, eat in. And then what else did I say? Oh, they're like a website or something. You could have a link to that as well in addition to phone. And then make Keys Cafe not crash anymore so I can go look at their menu and then really want to have it delivered. But anyway, that is Menus for All. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. So until next time, I will chat with everyone again later.